Hello, welcome back to Fresh Coffee Tarot. As you can tell, I've got my coffee machine over there because it's too late to have coffee. I did have some Starbucks today. They had a new pecan flavor. Really, really good. We're going to do a fun reading today since it is Saturday night. We're going to talk about how your date went, okay? We're going to talk about what the other person thought, and then we're going to give some advice at the end, okay? So I hope you enjoy this reading. And We'll see what you like. We'll see if you like it. Please like and subscribe to my videos. Please share them. Please comment about if you found it useful. If so, what did you find useful? What you don't find useful, please discard. Because this is a collective reading. So remember, a lot of people went on dates tonight. But we're going to do a reading on how did your date go? Okay, and then give some advice. And we're going to be channeling on the other person on what they thought of you on the date. Okay? All right, let's begin with the prayer. Mother of God, I ask that you keep all the collective of goodwill who have come to my channel seeking wisdom and advice and insight. We ask that you keep them in your holy mantle and protect them, that you open their hearts, their minds, and souls to the messages their guardians and spirits and angels are trying to tell them. And we ask that you protect us all, including me, from those who give us the evil eye or wish us ill will. In the most holy name of Jesus we pray. Amen. Okay, so the question is, everything's been shuffled. We're going to use I forgot what this tarot deck is called, but I've used it before. I really like it. It's very common. Cleaning all, they've all been shuffled. Let's see, what did your date think of you on your date? Yeah, what the other person on the date think of you? Okay, let's see what it was. What was their experience? What did they think? Here we go. Page of Pentacles. Okay, it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Okay. Yep. The Hanged Man. Okay. And then I'm going to read the Oracle because before I interpret all this, I want to... Two of Wands. Nine of Swords. And the Queen of Swords. Okay. Before I do that, let's see what the Oracle card was. These have been shuffled. Let's see what framework this gives us. And then we're going to the Alkalite. And then we're going to pull these at the end to see if we missed anything or how on point we were. Okay. So the Alkalite says... This was kind of the energy that you brought to the date. Beyond the awe-inspiring hush of the Temple of the Rush of Productivity, students in ill-fitting robes rush past, arms full of books, or sit in quiet rows as they study for their scriptures. Under the priest's wise guidance, the Alkalite is eager to begin their journey of learning. They fear that they'll never be good enough to step into the role ahead of them. Even so, they are excited for the world that is opening up to them, and they're determined to embrace it with conviction. If it feels like you're not making progress lately, it may be time to think about learning something new and expanding your horizons. Take up a hobby, a new class, a fresh experience. You'll enjoy rewards immediately. Learning is an infinite journey. Embracing the fun of new experiences will provide the fresh perspective you need. Okay, so I'm already getting, right? We have the Acolyte here. There's a lot you need to learn about dating. So I don't know if you haven't dated much. I don't like to date. I've done it. I mean, there are people that I already knew within minutes that I was not going to be with at all. So I really get the sense that you were in your head a lot. Okay? So let me tell you what the overall energy is based on this card here. This person found that when conversing with you, right, if this was one of the first date, maybe second date, they found that you really had no idea what it is you wanted to manifest in your life. Because that's what the earth energy is, right? What it is that you want to work towards. They really got the impression you have all these ideas, but none of them are really set in stone, like in the sense that they're real options. You just keep kind of changing. And then we have the Hanged Man. So the idea about the Hanged Man is that you do want a different perspective, but also that the Hanged Man just kind of hangs there. At any point, he could just, cut that rope and move on with his life, and he's just kind of staying there. And then when we look at the foundation of this pyramid, the interesting part is you are the Queen of Swords. So it seems as though the moment you don't like something for whatever reason, you cut it off. You just move on. Okay. You have a lot of that air energy, and that's just the way that you live your life. But the problem with this is that you never manifest anything because you're just too quick to move on and before something can actually grow or build up. The Two of Wands here is really about you choosing. Do I really need to move out of my parents' house, or should I move into the dorm, or should I quit my job for a better paying job? But I really like my job; I'm good at it, even though the other one pays $5 more an hour. And then we have this, which is the Nine of Swords. Um, this is you giving yourself nightmares. This is you really thinking the worst. I really don't know what this experience was. I don't know if this was dating, but overall, this guy, this guy or this woman, really got the sense that you're a little bit unsettled. You don't really know what you want, who you are, and that's not bad. So my advice to you, and I'll say it again at the end, at least for now, is that you really need to take some time to contemplate who you are. Okay. Um, and you know what? Let's start with this one. So we're just going from there, but let's see what the cards say and see if we can get some more stuff out of it, because that's what we're getting. Let's see what this is. What are these fears? You have this fear that when you're with people, they really don't enjoy you. You feel like the odd man out. You are afraid that you're just always going to... I mean, the tower here means you don't have a good foundation of you. You just feel that if you build anything, it's going to fall apart. Because you really... This is... Okay, so let me show you. You really want the dream come true. Here's the Ten of Pentacles. But you doubt yourself so much that this can never materialize, or you even have a chance, because you think you're not good enough, that you don't fit in, and you always think that if you do fit in, it's all going to be taken from you, and that never comes to pass. Let's do one more. Yeah, you want the dream to come true, and then you want happiness in your life, but you're too busy worried about falling towers and not fitting in. Okay, let's go to this one. I want to start with here. What do we got? The Knight of Swords. So you have a lot. So you are very much in sword energy. You have You're always in your head. You have lots of thoughts. You just don't know how to manifest them. If you notice, we have a pentacle that's not strong enough to bring these ideas down to reality. We have emotions, but they're not grounded emotions. Their emotions are up in the air, right? So these are clarifiers, but even here, the pentacle that we have is a dream. It's not even set in reality. You haven't done anything to really manifest this. What else do we have here? The Death card. So it's almost like you just want to start over all the time. Like you just... Like if you could, like if the date went bad, I bet you wish you could have just said, you know what, let's just start over. Let's just... It could have been 30 minutes into it. You're like, let's just start over. Hi, I'm so-and-so. I mean, it doesn't work that way. It just doesn't. The Ten of Cups. You want to start over so that you can have... I'm sorry, this is the Ten of Pentacles. So, but same concept, right? You want to manifest all these things, but you're afraid of it falling down. But here, you want, if the date goes bad, you want to start over and say, okay, the Ten of Cups. And the Ten of Cups is like you had the perfect date. I can tell why there's a lot of air energy. But one thing you have to accept, and I can tell the person you went on a date picked up on, is that you don't always get do-overs in life. You don't always get to start over. You have to make do with what happened. And if this date didn't go well, or at least didn't go as well as you had planned, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this person's going to call you back or not. But you know what? You can learn from what happened, and do better on your next date. Okay. Let's see what this is. I have an idea what this is, but let's see what this is. What is this Two of Wands? You want love. So I've heard on tarot somewhere that in some of these videos that this isn't, or no, I'm correction. Did I hear that online or did I read about it? Because I've read a lot of tarot books. Um, you want to make a decision, but in the Lover's card, if you look at the original card of the Raider White, if I'm saying it right, there is a guy looking at a girl who's looking at an angel. So sometimes it doesn't mean that it's love, but it can be obsession. And I think you can't decide what you want, right? I don't know what the other option is, but you do want love, but I don't really know what the other one is. That's kind of crazy. I've never gotten that from that Two of Wands. I really don't know. What do you want? What is it you want? You don't want to hurt. You don't want to repeat of the past. Five of Cups. You're kind of all over the place. We have Five of Cups in a negative emotion, and then Ten of Cups in a positive emotion, and then another cup that's just up in the air. Like you just don't know. Good or bad. I can see where the Page energy is coming out. You need balance. Yeah. That's obvious. That's Temperance. You really need some balance in your life. So I think for as much as you're up in the air, you need to become grounded. You're lacking a lot of grounding energy. And I think if you're to become grounded, I think these emotions would be in a much more, in a phase that could be manifested. And I think that the person you're with could get this. I think they got a lot of confusion from you. I think you're probably a very attractive person or a very interesting person. But it's like, you know, like for instance, I wear the weirdest colors. That's just who I am. Like one day I wore a brown shirt, green pants, and and purple shoes. I looked like the Riddler. I thought it was so funny. But for me, that tells people that I'm eccentric. I, I like to be different. I follow my own drum, right? The beat of my own drum. But the difference is I'm very grounded in reality. And I know that when I walk out in that outfit that people are going to look at me like, oh, okay, that's not what I would wear, but it seems to work for you because you know who you are. But if you were to wear that same color combination, people would look at you and be like, wow, they're just, not to say in a bad way, they might look at you and say, okay, what is this person trying to do? Because I don't even know if they know who they are. Okay? So you really you need some balance in your life. Let's see what are some of these ideas you have. Let's see what's up in that mind. You manifested to this guy that you're a strong person, that you're very knowledgeable, right? You like to seek out wisdom, that there are things you still don't know about yourself, but, give it time. The sun will come up and you'll find your way. That you're in contemplation and that the answers will come to you in time. And the Five of Wands. And you're in conflict with yourself. So let me tell you what's really interesting about the Seven of Cups and the clarifiers. These are all major arcana except for this one. So it's almost like so this is the perfect card. Imagine all of you have, imagine a tug of war that has 5 strings on it. Like 5 people pulling at one knot in the center. That's exactly what this is. These are all equal. And you're like, well, this one isn't, because this one represents that you are distributing your energy equal and you're accomplishing nothing. That's why your 7 of choices stay up in the air. And this is what this person you went on a date with sees with you. This isn't bad. I mean, this is just letting you know that you may sound as though you know what you want, but people can tell that there's a lot of follow-up questions you couldn't answer if they were to ask you, but they probably didn't because they were trying to be nice about it. Okay, what about this one? What about this Queen of Wands? The Queen of Swords. I think you want calmer waters within your own self. I think that the person who went on a date with you was able to tell that you were uneasy. And I don't think it was necessarily them. I think maybe you looked at this person and thought they have their life together and you felt like you didn't. Yeah, you're at war with yourself. Usually the Seven of Wands, it is about someone being in a higher position, having an advantage, but this is really about you at war with yourself, which is reflected here, right? You just want someone to love you. But I'm going to be honest with you, right? When we talk about the lovers and this one, love does not solve your problems. A relationship cannot solve your problems. You have to solve your own problems, because whatever you bring into a relationship, if you have problems, you're bringing those in there. And now they become your other person's problems. You cannot have this mentality that being in love is going to solve all your issues. And I think the person kind of got that. And finally, Page of Swords. So, underneath this Queen of Swords, deep down in the core, there is a Page of Swords. You slice and dice as though you're a queen, but then you always doubt why you cut people out or you made some of the decisions that you did. You probably make decisions and it seems like you're certain, and then somewhere along the line you start guessing. Like, hey, I've done it. Get me wrong. I'm just saying, I've done that. I've made some really big decisions in my life lately, and I've asked, should I have done that? And I think this is what they're asking you to learn. You don't, like they said, you feel like you're never going to surpass a teacher. You feel like you're never going to get out of this environment. This is the energy that the other man or woman got in the date. Okay, finally, let's go with the Page of Pentacles. The Queen of Cups. Let me see what that clarifies too. The Knight of Wands. And the Three of Swords. So, this is interesting, right? So when you are a Page of Pentacles, okay, like I said, you have an idea of what you manifest, you just don't know how you're going to bring it into reality. The interesting part, right, that Queen of Cups correlates with this Queen of Swords. What that means is you are very in tune with how you want to feel. And you don't like feeling confused. You don't like feeling that you don't know where your future's going. You hate those emotions. Those emotions that make you doubt yourself. So you're real quick to cut off the emotions that don't serve you. And so you're real good at making yourself feel really positive about yourself. But the problem is, if we only recognize the good in ourselves, then we can't improve on the areas of our life that need improvement, because you're just ignoring it. And because of that, you end up with Knight of Wands energy, which means that you have like a young adult's motivation to go build an empire. And most of the things we do as a young adults don't ever work out the way we want, because it becomes too difficult, or it becomes, it's not, we really think, oh, well, that's harder than I thought it was going to be, so I'm not going to do it. Just so you can see that these were. And that's what you're giving. And then here's the other part. The Three of Energy. The Three of Swords. Again, more sword energy. I really felt like this person looked at you and could come to these conclusions and think, this is only going to end in heartache. Not that you were going to cheat, but that once the relationship got tested, you're just gonna bail. Maybe you're gonna look for somebody who is gonna give you advice and say, "Oh, you don't need them. You're better than them," and bam, you're gonna take it and go. And then you've involved somebody else in your relationship that didn't need to be there. So overall, I hate to say it, I don't think this date went well, but I do think the person found you attractive. I think you are probably an attractive person, but you have a lot of emotional and mental maturity that you have to do. There's nothing wrong with that. This is what the person saw in you, and you think you're doing well, but to be honest, I don't know how long you've been fighting yourself. You've been fighting yourself a very long time. Hey, listen, I know it's in your mind, but at some point, one side of your mind needs to win the battle. I mean, so that someone can get to know you, because I feel like you don't even know yourself that well. Okay, let's see what the Oracle card said. Surprise celebration. I don't know, maybe the person will ask you out again. something taking a long time, not ready yet. This is you needing to emotionally, mentally mature. And then finally, sexual desires, physical attraction. Yeah, I told you. I really think you're an attractive person. And I think that's helped you get by for a long time because you're so attractive that this is probably why you don't know who you are. And that's why you give off this energy of like, God, forgive me for saying this, but it's an instability. Because when things go bad, you don't really know how to calm yourself. You don't know how to make yourself come down from the negative experience. And I think this person saw that and they could just sense it. So it's nothing wrong. I would just say you need to, so my advice to you is you really need to do some time in contemplation. I think out of all these, I mean, you can always seek advice, but I think the Hermit really needs to be what it is. You need to study here. That's what the Acolyte was for. You need to study. You need to study and really understand who you are and what you want. And quit fighting with yourself. Because the moment that you take that energy and quit fighting with yourself, you can put that energy into actually manifesting something. Okay? You can put it into manifesting this. This is what you really wanted anyways. Okay? Alright, that's my reading. I hope you liked it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. I really want to grow my channel. And I appreciate your support. And please comment below if you found it useful. Thanks.